go, 9 minutes.
Let's go. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay? What? We are delighted to be with you today to in this exceptional event for our nuclear industry. So, we'll have the pleasure of representing our company, SPIE NUCLEAIRE, and sharing with you a topic that's passionate us. I invite you to meet our teams in the stand just behind you, SPIE, during this event. So I'm sorry, I'm rude. Let me introduce myself. My name is Mélanie Quenon, and my colleague.
Good morning, my name is Younes Lameri.
So both we are operational excellence engineer, and we work at the direction technique at SPIE NUCLEAIRE. Just before to start, I have a question, just a short question. Who knows the operational excellence? You? Nobody knows the operational excellence? Lean management? No? Okay. Just a little. Okay, thank you. Thank you for answering, so we can adapt our speech. Thank you. So we are with you today to answer a question that we asked for a long time ago ourselves. Younes, do you remember this question?
Oh, of course, Melanie. The question is how we can rely on a community of practices to enhance change within the company.
Yes, this is the purpose of our talk. How much important is it to
rely on community?
Yes. How much important is it to
rely on community as a leverage of
to
change?
To drive change by relying a community of practices. So we make the choice to take. We make the choice to break down our topic into the following parts. So first of all, of course, we present our company. Then we give you our vision about the community of practices. After that, we talk about the OPEX as an engine of change. And after that, we propose to you to know the OPEX maturity model by SPIE NUCLEAIRE. After that, we open a Q&A session for about 20-25 minutes. So if you have any question, don't hesitate to save them for this Q&A session.
Q&A session we'll have in the networking place here, just here.
Okay, thank you. So about SPIE France. SPIE France, this is 29,000 employees, and it's a leader in project and multi-technical services. So SPIE France brings in 4 core businesses. So you have smart city, energies, efficient building, and industry services. So we have one subsidiary dedicated to nuclear energy. It's really important for us to say that we promote 3 values. First values is proximity. So proximity to our teams, our customers, our partners too. After that, performance at all company level. And of course, the responsibility, the CSR, le RSE en français. And about SPIE NUCLEAIRE, our company SPIE NUCLEAIRE. SPIE NUCLEAIRE serves 4 main customers, and we operate in France. So we release on 4 strategic business fields. So you can see, thank you, Ines, new build, maintenance, revamping, and dismantling. So we support our customer from engineering to work phases. This is 2,000 employees in France, and we of course have all the specific nuclear industry agreements to enable it to operate while respecting safety, security, and radiation protection requirements. Thank you. So, okay, no, it's no problem. I give the floor to Younes, who speaks you about our community of practices.
Thank you, Mélanie, giving me the floor. Of course, to introduce our topics, we want to start with a brief definition of community of practices. Community of practices is a pool of people who share concern or a passion about something they do and learn how to improve their practices. In this definition, we can identify the fundamentally social importance of human learning. In this case, we can find the community of practices in many various fields. For example, in human resource, whose members learn how to recruit, for example, new talents, as well as for a group of engineers, how to design, to improve design of a product or services. But also we can find that in a board of directors who seek how to improve the shared values. In all cases, there are three key elements to understand: the domain, the community, and finally the practices. Where the domain is the common point between people, and the practices are solutions, tricks and tips to be built facing a common challenge.
Younes, I have a few questions, and
yes.
I think that you ask yourself the question. Can you tell us, have you ever been in the situation where the change is very complicated, and why change habits is so hard? And I have a second question. Do you think that a community of practices can be the leverage for change?
Thank you, Mélanie, for asking their very important questions. Try to answer them can give sense on why we built the community of practices. Of course, I believe that it's change is we can manage change. I believe also that we can rely on a community of passionate people, on a community of practices to leverage progress within company. In this case, together within a community, we can build, coordinate one strategy to go ahead of change. We can also get easily the big picture of the company to focus on behavior that need to be changed. And it's less harder to make an impact together. Of course, in this case, community member will work on enhancing lean culture within the company, but also to arouse and create interest, can lead also to acculturate close people, and finally make organization evolve. Of course, I believe that community of practices can become the cornerstone of change and progress within ambitious companies. To give more sense about our project, our topics, it's very important to ask this life-changing question: why change is necessary?
So why change is necessary, Younes?
It's a very complicated question, but we want to try to ask this life-changing question. Imagine your company as this boat. In front of we have the future state. The company stay on a current and the past experience. Your company sail on a sea more or less rough. We can describe this sea by the VUCA, where VUCA stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, which are the more important challenges which demand different response. Volatility is the dispersion within the environment where any change in the business can become a risk factor. Uncertainty is the unpredictable event or situation which can lead to put in stress the decision-making process. Complexity are the pulling of more inputs, more information, who can lead to exponentially, who can become exponentially unmanageable. Put end-to-end can lead to ambiguity, which is the most important stress due to misinformation and miscommunication. In this case, the VUCA can become a compass for any manager who wants to understand change management challenges and who want to overthrow volatility to a clear vision, uncertainty to understanding, complexity to clarity, and ambiguity to agility. We can do that only if we accept to embrace the change. After this brief introduction about community of practices and why it is necessary to change our habits, it's very important to give you some word about operational excellence. And in this case, in our community of practices, as engine of progress. Operational excellence, we can define it as a set of lean good practices which can help companies to achieve their corporate goals. Operational excellence can be built in 4 phases. We start naturally by acculturating management in lean practices and skills, lean management. After that, let them practices lean tools to make sense and to get quickly some quick wins, which lead to demonstrate the effectiveness of operational excellence methodologies and framework that naturally enhance to improve problem solving within company and arousing interest in using lean practices. Put end-to-end can lead to accelerate organizational transformation within companies.
So can you illustrate that, Younes, to be more simple?
Of course, Melanie. We can give a brief illustration with our community of practices project. Our operational excellence community of practices, this project will emerge from a common need, who is to pull our lean skills and practices together. We have started as an egg by building a very concentric network around a few number of lean experts within our company, SPIE NUCLEAIRE. After that, we have evolved to a caterpillar phase by training a small number of employees. We evolved after to chrysalis phase by building and set up the community management system within our company And after that, we have launched the Butterfly since June 2021.
Nice metaphor, Younes. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. Of course, the community member work to define our vision, mission, and values. Let's us give you some word about that. Our vision is about, above all, to support all community members in practicing and understanding lean management and lean tools and lean behavior within their department and services. Our mission is to acculturate all employees within the company in understanding and practicing lean tools. Our community members promote 3 values. There are progress, benevolence, initiatives which reflect the DNA of the community members. After starting in deeply understand how we have designed this community and set up it, I give the floor to Melanie to present this part.
Yes, thank you, Younes. In fact, we made the choice to use a design thinking process, a design thinking approach, which takes the following form. So a process in 3 phases. The first step is to understand the business need of our community members, and when we focused our needs, we pass to the create phase with a co-design with a community framework, and after that, we make several prototypes to finally launch the community in June 2021. Some illustration for our community of practices. You may have understand, create, deliver as a fundamental foundation of our community building. So we need strong pillar to bring the community in its fullest potential. So our 3 pillars are promote the intelligence, the collective intelligence, achieve solidarity, and of course, learning by practices. When we think about collective intelligence in our community of practices, we think of these 4 actions: reflect, share, diversify, and capitalize. So the idea of reflection is to bring a vision of our community member. We share about issue, we make brainstorming, etc. The sharing is a real opportunity for our members to develop their skill and to discuss about subject, about topic of lean activities. The third action, diversify, because bringing together several services allow bringing together several services evolve, yes. Evolve the practices, yes, of our member. Sorry, and thank you, Younes.
No problem.
And the capitalization is a key success factor to allow our methods to evolve together through our network and all our feedback.
Good.
Second pillar, yes. Second pillar, achieve solidarity. Solidarity is a really beautiful word, a really beautiful values. And tu peux passer à solidarité? Merci. For us, the value of solidarity and teamwork cannot be overplayed. In our community, it's really important to show mutual support and work together with empathy. So everyone in our community can be listened and understood. So we make ourselves available to help our community, to support our community. We work together always in a spirit friendly, you can say friendly, where we don't hesitate to break the ice just before starting our conversation, and also every time with humor, sympathy, etc. The third pillar of our community is learn by practices. I will not explain all the tools about our community of practices. So the idea to remember is that we propose of our members several tools by your Teams, SharePoint, etc. Younes will come back after that. And the idea is to remember that we propose the tool, they are available for our community, they develop their skill with the tools, and of course, we are available to help them. Yes. If I can just sum up the main points for the success of a community of practices, if you're interested for your company, we think that the three pillars are very important. So the three pillars, I repeat. They are promote
collective intelligence,
promote collective intelligence, yeah. Achieve solidarity, and learning by practices.
Practice. Of course.
Thank
you, Melanie.
And you have to remember, it's really important to give sense about your activity. In operational excellence, WOSR. Give sense, make sense of your activity. So I give you, Younes, the floor to explain, to present our tools.
Right, to give some example, of course, as parts of its activity, community members produce many content and broadcast them through many various channels. In this illustration, we meet regularly in a monthly meeting. We produce lean project framework, tool sheet, and we produce also for all companies, employee awareness session to help them understanding how to practices and set up lean tools. It's very important to produce content and make things evolve. It's very important also for us to share with you briefly our operational excellence maturity model, who use it within our company. It's very simple. There are 4 levels from beginner to showcase, and in each level we find the 4 basics of operational excellence. I summarize them like that. We start by acculturating close people and management. After that, make them experiment lean tools to demonstrate effectiveness, enhance solving problem within companies and visual management. And after that, we evolve to end-use organizational transformation that accelerates and succeed it. This operational maturity matrix can help any manager to make an auto-evaluation of its maturity. We have also, as you know, the world become more and more digitalized and connected. We have also imagined our company and designed it as a professional social network within SPIE NUCLEAIRE. We bring to the community member digital tools to make them connected and easily mobile to, for example, bring this closer and organize a remote meeting. It's very important to us to share with you some insights about experimenting digital tools. If the community member wants to make a peer-to-peer discussion, they preferred to make a call, naturally. If they want to share news, events, information, they share it through team feed. They rely on stream to broadcast video content, and finally to share big file and make share a big file. They rely on SharePoint, intranet SharePoint, and on forms to ask a question about subject of interest. You have to conclude.
Yeah, just before closing the presentation, Younes, can you give us the most important ideas, the most important things to remember of this presentation?
Of course, there are some very important notion to understand. Change is vital. It's more easier to succeed it within a community than alone. It's also very important to rely on operational excellence practices to improve the success of achieving corporate goal very quickly. Thank you very much for your participation in the conference. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If I can just add a thing, Younes, we are really proud to be with you today. And today in our community, we are 20 members.
Yes.
And here with you today, we have 1 member of our community.
Bravo, bravo.
To support us. So thank you really to be here. And
thank you also for our boss, Yannick, is present here. Thank you. Oh, and thank you for SPIE NUCLEAIRE to offer us this opportunity to share with you these passionate topics. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
On peut répondre à vos questions en français, en anglais, sans aucun problème. Il y a le petit espace de networking ici pour qu'on puisse discuter du sujet si vous voulez. Sinon, vous pouvez passer à notre stand. On est là toute la journée. Voilà.
So if you have any question, we are with you.